All right, we are live again. Monday night. My headphones on so I can hear. Hey, everybody, welcome in tonight. Monday again, live. So, we're a little crooked on that camera. Let's see if we can straighten that out a little bit. Right there. Yeah, I think that went the other way, huh? That's a little better. Ooh, move this. Like I said, that's got to go. That's as far as it'll go. All right, we're blocking it enough. All right, make sure we got everything working. Do some housekeeping real quick. Make sure this stream is working. Right. Just double check some of these settings. One moment here. All right, there we go. So, almost there, guys. Almost there. I want to make sure everything's going. Just a second. I don't even know. Let's do this account. All right, there it is. I am not ready for this. There we go. We're good. Okay. Get rid of that. All right. There we go. We're here. So, welcome back, everybody. It's been a couple weeks as the schedule's been lately, but I've been super busy. I had an unexpected trip come up, and hopefully, I'll film a little bit of content for you on that trip. So expect that in the future. I don't know when. I've got currently, let's see, um, I've got at least a dozen videos to. No, take that back. I have at least 8 videos to edit, and probably at least 6 more to film right now. I mean, at this point, before I can even like do anything else. So I'll be probably doing a lot of filming tomorrow night, and then hopefully the rest of the week I'll get on one of these edits and get a video out to you guys. Even though I'm not getting the videos out to you guys, I am still working and getting as much work done as possible in the background. If you don't know YouTube, it's a lot of work. So, anyways, with that, we'll move on to the main topic today. Um, First off, we got a new lens. That is awesome. So we've got the new Sony 24 to 50 f2.8G lens. So big shout out to Sony for making a 2.8G lens. That's awesome. And a 24 to 50. What do you guys think about 24 millimeter, 50 millimeter range? Is it a good range for 2.8? Being full frame, I think it's fantastic. But that it leaves open this question of how many 24 millimeter lenses are there now, like that can that stop at 24 millimeter, or not the ones that can say produce 24 millimeters, but the ones that are starting at 24. So if we do a hand count real quick, we've got we have a 24 Zeiss for the APS-C line. We've got the 24 G Master. We've got a 24 what is the little mini one? The little small one's a 24-28, I believe. We've got the 24-105. We've now got the 24 to 50. That's 5. Is there anything else that starts with the 24 millimeter? The 24 to 240, I believe, is a 24 millimeter starting. So it's a very common focal length to start lenses at for the zoom. And why is that? Is it just an easy one to hit? I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into some alpha rumors here. Let me Move this to a new window. And I'm going to move this to a new window also. New window. Okay. I'm doing this lightweight stuff right now. I've got so many other things happening. I've got to try to keep this in order. So let's go ahead and share my screen here. I'm going to go ahead and share the outfit. We'll share this site. There we go. Okay, you can see that perfect. All right, so lots of news this week to cover up. Let's see. Okay, so you guys got about two hours left to pick up this Rokinon 135 f1.8 FE lens for $599 at B&H. It's on deal of the day. Saw it this morning. $400 off. It's a good opportunity to get a 135 f1.8 for a pretty dang good price, it looks like. So 2 hours left on that sale, guys. It ends at midnight Eastern. Let's see. We're going to move on. So CP Plus show. I was out of town while this was going on, so I didn't get to see any updates yet. I've been kind of updating myself. Like I said, I went out of town unexpectedly and had to get some stuff figured out tonight, whether or not I was going live. And since it was 2 weeks already, I just had to do it. So anyways, go through this here. If you guys want to read this, I'm just going to summarize, but we got to speak to Mr. Yu Tayake, Senior Manager of Chicago, ILC Product Planning. So he was asked a few questions about the global shutter development. And he did say he was going to refrain from commenting on future cameras with the global shutter. And, he had a good little interview there. I kind of glanced through this. I haven't fully read it yet. But Sony announced the 24-52.8 following the 2070 f4. Standard zoom coverage area is complicated. But yeah, I think there's a lot here if you want to read into that. I don't like reproducing other people's work. We're just talking news right now, so just news articles on the table here, guys. Just double checking here. Make sure we're good to go. All right, so we got a new Sigma 500 5.6 and a 1514 that came out. I believe I saw down here. I think it's coming, but yeah, 500 5.6. What's your thoughts on that Sigma lens? Sigmas make some pretty good lenses. Yeah, we're not going to talk about anything else. Some more sales and cards. Get through this. Go to the next page here. Play Memories online service will be terminated February 29th, guys. It's a big deal if you're using some older cameras. This will no longer function. And there's the new programs in place. So, yeah, if you have anything on Play Memories right now or you're using it, make sure you secure all your stuff before February 29th. The tools will be available, and the download tools will be available until October 1st, 2020. Therefore, you would like to ask for download the content they have stored to the service. We apologize for any inconvenience it may cause you, and thank you for understanding and cooperation. The new Sony 24-50 2.8 is now available for pre-order on Amazon too. There's lots. I haven't even watched videos on this yet, guys. I've been just not available. So let's see what's next. Just glancing through. Hey, the 300mm GM is now finally in stock in the U.S. $6,000 lens. It's an awesome lens. I've always liked the 300 2.8. I always thought this would make a great astro lens for doing nebula stuff. And I would like to get my hands on one of these guys here soon. And I just need to get a star tracker. Here's some great images of the cutaways of this lens. I thought this was really cool looking. The way looks like they water jetted one in half here. And we got some lens elements set up. We got the casing set up. It's kind of a cool display here they had at CP Plus. Okay, this is the big news, guys. I know where's Cooley at? Hey, Roy, good to see you on. Good day. What day to you down under, man? Um, so this Fuji X100, what's Mark 6, made 50 times more pre-orders than the A7C2 and the A7CR combined. So this camera's been talked about quite a bit, even here in our live. I believe it's Cooley that's been like really, always talking about it. Was it 1599? And it did 50 times more pre-orders than A7C or A7CR combined. Why is that? Let's look at this camera real quick. Let me pop into B&H. I'll make sure. We're still seeing that page, so I gotta go. Let's go share my screen again. Hold on, let me find it. Roy says, "Sorry, new keyboard. Can't see the letters in the dark on this one either." Oh man, is it illuminated? I know some of them are really dim. You gotta go into the manual settings and turn them up. And I notice I use the MX3 and it's illuminated, so in the dark it works okay. But my one at work, I keep on like max bright and it goes dead so fast. All right, back to this B&H. Let me see here. Where's B&H? Come on, guys. We're here somewhere. Share. Present. Share. Oh, present. Share screen and B&H. Here we go. Share. Okay. So, oh no, what is it? The Fuji X106. So they got in silver and black. Let's look at the silver one. I got to see what this thing's about. It's such a hot seller. I didn't watch anything. It says illuminated pretty, but still can't see the lettering. Yeah, they need to make the letters bigger now, huh? All right, so I mean it's an old school looking camera. It's got the old shutter dial on top. Is it a fixed lens camera? So it's F. I assume you guys can. Yeah. Up. Shoot. How do I? No. Show me the full picture, dang it. There it is. Okay. It's a 23 millimeter. One, two. It looks like it's fixed lens, huh? It's got an optical viewfinder. Oh, there's an attachment. What do we got? So we have at 135, 50 millimeters, 67 millimeter filter thread, super EBC. It's a lens hood. Here's another lens. All right, if you know about this camera, help me out. Does this thing have a fixed 23 millimeter lens that you add to it? Is that what it does? I don't see. This picture doesn't show a thread on it. Oh, Roy's telling us all the answers, and I'm ignoring him. Sorry, Roy. I'm on one screen tonight, so I'm going to come back and forth. So, yes, fixed lens. I'm not a fan of the rangefinder or TLRs. At least the shutter may be in the lens. A good camera, but not for me. Fixed 23 millimeter. Yeah, it looks like you can put the adapters on it though. So it has that going for it, I guess, if you want to carry something extra. But I like the idea of a fixed lens camera. It's definitely, you know, I wouldn't say it's a cool feature, but it's an idea, I guess. And the Sony makes the RX1R camera, and they make a Mark II now, and it's got the 42 megapixel Sony sensor from the A7R II in it, but it's a 42 megapixel, 35 millimeter, I think f1.8 fixed lens on that camera, and it, there's talk of a new version maybe around the bend of maybe with the new R5 sensor in it, which would be a cool camera, but I don't know if it's a lot of money for just a camera with a fixed lens. It's very niche, I think, on that. Very popular, out of stock. Yeah. Well, they sold 50 times. I'm wondering what the. I'm gonna Google this. What was the Sony 7C2 pre-order numbers? See, is this out there? Mm, not really. So who's holding these numbers down to show 50 times more? I guess is it just the sellers that have this data? I'd imagine they do, but that's crazy. All right, well, let's move on in our rumor list here real quick. Get this rumor page back up. All right, so back to the rumors. So yeah, definitely, it's not a camera for me either, Roy. It's definitely, like I said, just one of those niche cameras that it's gonna be popular with people. Viltrox 27 F12 re-announced again. I don't know what happened to the first announcement. Sony lists the A7S III DCI 4K 24 upgrade license for the oh for the A7S III, but you have to buy it to be provided in or after March 2024. Forty, 90, 60, 2160, which is wider than the 4K, 38, 40, 2160, and selected frame rate of 24p. Now, I might have got that ability on the FX30, and it only shoots 24 frames, so I see the benefit of having the extra width because I crop all my YouTube videos wider. I need to try shooting the next DCI 4K because I do use 24, but if you're using the other frame rates, you're kind of stuck with having to crop your image. What was this? A 200 5.6 E mount lens announced from Case. Cadio D optical design. Now we got a reflector lens. Interesting. Yeah, $1,100 for the new 24 to 50. So we have a new. Now this is interesting. I haven't read this whole article yet, but they've got um, this new high-speed 5G portable data transmitter for still images and video transmission on location shoots. Uh, Utilize power 5G to enhance professional workflow at live events. Sony Electronics is launching a portable data transmitter, the PDT FP1, with a unique antenna structure that allows high-speed still images and video transport over 5G networks. With the PDT FP1, the Sony is leveraging 5G mobile technology to enhance professional workflow for broadcast and news coverage. The wireless communication device allows for real-time transfer of photos and videos to seamless live stream via 5G, representing a significant boost in process efficiency and new agencies, photojournalists, corporate and event photographers, broadcast video and production, and more. Now, I won't go into any more details about this right now. I'm going to research this a little bit further, but where I see this as a huge benefit is it looks like it's a phone, but it's taking what they've done with, I guess, the Xperia line phones kind of had something similar happening in them, or the Pro model did, and they've expanded into a standalone system uh, that would do this. Now, one, I don't see in here. Well, maybe right here they're showing it as a video monitor, possibly. Can we click on this? Yeah. So if you can use this thing as a monitor, a standalone video rig monitor, that's a big win, I think, in regards to one function that helps a lot with a bunch of others. What do we got here? Well, that's the 5G signal. I mean, we have what do we have here? Let's show the ports here. Where were they? At the top. We have a network output and an HDMI. Or was this? Or some cameras have this Ethernet port. I think like the R5 A9III Togo might have that network port on them. Maybe the cinema cameras. I'm not sure on those, but okay, if it has a monitoring functionality, that's very cool. But where I see this benefiting like wedding photographers or any photographer for that matter is redundant backup. If you could be shooting with this thing connected and have it automatically going to your RAID or your hard drive at home or somewhere else where it's backed up, I mean that's a huge thing for professionals to have that redundant backup. I think that would be awesome. So if it does something like that for the everyday shooter, great. If it's only meant for like somebody who's in a van broadcasting out the signal, well, that's good for them. But I see it being a huge leap for people, just any photographer to use. Now, I don't think they talked about. Oh, it's $1,100. Early summer, $1,100. Yeah, I like that $1,100 mark. I'm gonna research more about that. Maybe we'll talk more about it on this channel. I asked Sony when I had a chance to speak to them. I said I think they needed a video monitor and recording device. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's see. Does this say anything about recording? Built-in memory of 8 GB. What to do? Support up to 1 TB on SDXC support. So high-speed processing and storage of large amounts of data. So I'm guessing you can record. Is it a raw recorder? So I'm just glancing real quick. I don't bore everybody with what I'm reading. I guess it could do raw recording. I don't know though. I'm gonna dig deeper into that one. So all right, moving on. Here's a cool cutaway of the 300-2.8 that they had at the booth at CP Plus. They water jetted this thing in half. That's just a cool cutaway. They also there's the aperture, I guess, in motion. Somebody tried to take a picture of it working. And then they had a cutaway of another lens. I couldn't tell which lens it is. Probably the 24-70 Mark II G Master would be my guess. Trying to see if I can see it in the picture there, but this is the autofocusing stuff. You can see it moving, so I thought that was kind of cool. They had the device there. I'm gonna see if there's some videos on that and watch them get up to speed. Let's see what else do we got here. New messenger bag. What else? Come on. Go. There we go. Official announcement, 2450. Lots of videos, you guys. I didn't get one. Not that cool yet. All right, I'll get there. Okay. Sony Creators Cloud now enables cloud upload for FX3 and FX30, and soon for A1, A9III, A7S3, and A7 IV. So they did this with firmware, And I saw that later on. I was glancing through here, so we'll get there. Here's the 500 from Sigma and the 1514 fisheye from Sigma. I like shooting fisheye lenses. I don't know. Yeah, back to Atomos type. I'm wondering if that thing will do live recording. I'm not sure. I'd be very interested to find that out. 300 millimeters of basketball lens, man. I'm telling you, that's Astro Nebula lens right there. That's what I want it for, with a sky tracker. It's just a small, sizable investment. I like fisheye for some rare occasions. Yeah, I had the Sony 16 millimeter fisheye for the full frame for a while, and it was an adapter that goes on the 28 f2 lens, and they made it an f3.5 with the 16 millimeter fisheye. And in fact, get behind this image right here. Nope, this one, the oil pump jack. So you can see. Oh, let me make myself big real quick. Yeah, this image right here. That was shot on fisheye. Um, kind of a cool effect. I always liked that. All right, back to let's finish up these alpha rumors. Get through these things here. So yeah, I mean, Sigma's making one. That's cool. Check them out if you're interested in that one. Talking about the record sales. Laowa introduced a 10 millimeter f2.8 0D for $799. 0D, is that distortion? World's widest f2.8 rectilinear lens. That could be an interesting lens to use. 10 millimeter. We got it on just about every body they can showcase it on. All right, let's see what's on the next page here. Oh yeah, there's the firmware update for the FX3, FX30. So looking at it, I actually have that. So let's go dive into that real quick. Let me share my screen to that one. Stop share, present. And Roy says Canon's 10 to 20 full frame lens looks interesting. A lot of people like that lens. They've been talking about it, saying, that's a great full frame lens. And I hope to see Sony reproduce that also, because they have the 16 to 35 f4 full frame, and then they made the 10 to 20 in an APS-C lens, which is a 15 to 30. And the 10 to 20 full frame, I would like to see this one in action. I'd like to see Sony reproduce that also. So maybe down the road we see that. All right, let me get this one right here. All right. So Sony's okay, so this is the update for the FX30. I imagine it's the same for the FX3. If one of the things that allows you to upload cameras directly to the Creators Cloud app, make sure you have updated the Creators app, the latest version 2.30 or later. Settings must be made in the Creators app in advance. Service may not be available in some countries. So it enables the display of the Wi-Fi signal strength, which I thought was kind of helpful. It fixes an issue where certain custom key operators may cause a restart. I haven't had any issues like this, so I mean, obviously people are reporting them. Fixes an issue where the time may not be retained after a power restart. Improves exposure stability when using extended ISO during moving recordings, and improves the operational stability of the camera. So no major advancements in that, I would say, other than maybe this Creators app obviously being one of them. But I still not seeing my flip the screen closed, shut off the camera, or let me know it's on kind of mode. So keep working on that, Sony. I appreciate that. I did it the other day. I still do it. I haven't learned. And it doesn't help me that the fact that I go back and I use the ZV-1, which does it, and that really throws me off. I used the ZV-1 a lot this last weekend. So yeah. Anyways, all right, we're back to our alpha rumors. So yeah, we got to get that done. Tamron lens for sale. So, good size lens there. Got to get it into old news here. Let me go back a couple more pages here. Okay, so this I want to talk about, see if anybody knew about this. This is confirmed. Sony Wow product announcement coming soon after the CP Plus show. So we're expecting this week, some sort of announcement about this Wow product. And so we don't know what it is yet, other than if you watch this video here, he talks about what it. He didn't say what it is at all. He just says it's a product we don't have that we're all going to be very excited about. So some sort of new tech. If I had to just throw a guess out there, I'm thinking it's something. It's something that. So I don't know if it's camera related or not, because he said that the A9III is a niche camera that not everybody's going to be excited for. It's exciting because it's got global shutter, first full front global shutter, but it's not new to have global shutter technology. But what would be a wow factor to you at this point? I mean, it takes a lot for me to be impressed by new technology, because I've seen what technology can do, and it's so limitless in a sense right now. So, what are they doing that would be a wow factor? We'll update as we find out more about that one. But my guess, if I had to guess one, is an answer to Apple Vision Pro. That's my guess. But something like a pair of glasses that looks less uh, crazy. There is also a couple years ago, Sony bought the patents to a camera that can be worn like a contact in your eyeball. And I remember reading the article about it, that they said that you control it with blinks or by looking at certain things. So, have they taken that technology further? And are we going to see an answer? I don't expect an answer from Sony to Apple's Vision Pro. I like what Vision Pro is, but obviously there's a huge issue with power and connectivity going smaller. You know, Apple's Vision Pro batteries are already one certain size. They got all these cameras and monitors in there running at high resolution. It's going to suck the power up. So, what I would expect a wow product to be is some sort of answer to that. Just because I think it's current technology that we're seeing, and it'd be a pair of glasses that we would wear that has that built into the lenses in a much smaller platform, much lighter, more people oriented format. You know, now Sony's done video, you know, goggles before. You know, they've had two different sets in the boy. Was it late '90s, early 2000s? Let's see if I can find when. What were they called? Sony video headset. Well, they've got some new stuff, of course. It's popping up. It's not VR. This is like old school stuff. Sony's old video headset. Try that. Okay, here's a 2014. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. But anyways, I this is old tech I'm looking for, guys. I'm digging deep here. I mean, this was back in. It had to be late '90s. I want to say it was a PLM-100. No, I don't know, but Sony's had these, and the problem with them was if it wasn't perfectly calibrated to your eye, it gave you migraines, headaches, stuff of that nature, and of course you could vary the opacity and see out of them a little bit. But you can essentially, it was a video player for video Walkman type stuff. Back then we had the old Sony video Walkmans. You watch movies on before smartphones and tablets. But it was the sunglasses you wore that had video monitors in them, and you could watch them. I wish I could find. I'm gonna do some digging and find them. I'd like to buy a pair. They're out there. Let's check. Let's look on eBay real quick. eBay Sony video glasses. Let's try that. PLM A35. There they are. Okay. Um, these are newer ones. HMZ T1s. I knew it was a PLM. A35. Let's see here. I'm looking. These are newer ones, newer ones. I mean, these things would be old. I mean, they made 3D. HMZ T3Ws were. I'm not sharing my screen here. It's probably boring as hell watching me talk about it. I'm trying to be quick. Here, let me just share this so keep you in the stop screen, present, share screen. Here we go. All right, so yeah. So here, I think this is what I'm thinking of. PLM A35, Glasstron Personal LCD. This is the newer version of them. But yeah, this is what they were. I mean, this is old school. But it was cable battery connector, of course. I can't remember how. I think you had to feed your video signal into it like this with the cable. I mean, it was not a convenient portable thing, but cool nonetheless. This is the newer version of the PLM. Maybe it was PLM PLM A100s. No, that's not pulling up what I want. But that's a newer version of it. They made a very old version that I know didn't stick around very long, but I thought they were really, really cool back in the day. Obviously, these are still worth a little bit of money, it looks like, but oh. See, that's what I hate when I clicked into the picture, you guys, it didn't follow in. All right, well, see, they've been doing it for a long time. So I would like to see an answer to that, but in a more practical sense. Like, give us some really cool tech, guys. I think a video camera you can wear in your eyeball is pretty cool. Um, so what would be the wow factor for you? What would wow you at this point in the game? Apple Visions is Apple level price too. It sure is, and I think it'd be great to sit back on my couch and edit and not have to be like in front of a screen. But that's the only reason why I'd want them is to edit. I don't see a reason otherwise. Like we're literally getting into the Wall-E people, like sitting in a chair and not communicating or conversing in a real world. We'd all be in digital with these things, and it's only by the time if we start seeing them in public, the price starts coming down. Maybe they'll flop. Maybe they won't do well. Maybe people are smarter than that for that. But it's coming. The technology's getting there, and it's going to have to be more wearable, like a pair of glasses. And I think that's what would wow me at this point. Is Sony made something similar in that sense. But they also said it was a new technology. So are we going to see the first projector screens that, like in movies, where it's like it's thrown up on a projector screen that you can touch and interact, that we can like make uh, in our editing programs to make it look like we're doing it here, but it's really not. I mean, that would be cool if they can develop some sort of screen that projects into the air. I like the Apple Vision concept, but don't trust being first. Yeah, that's the kicker. Is it's the first one. I see where it's going. I think it's got a great potential for productivity and work, but yeah, I just don't see it. I wouldn't invest in them right now. I know people are, but I wouldn't do it. Back to our alpha rumors, and let's see what else we got. I think I'm almost done here. Um, Sales are hitting, guys. If you're looking for a camera, now's the time to buy it. Godox V1 Pro now in stock and shipping, $329, 76 watts, built-in LED modeling lamp. So if you're needing flash, they got that covered for you. And getting kind of old in our data here, so I think that's about as far back as I'm gonna go. All right, let's kill that. All right. Oh, I didn't hit share. Oh well. So yeah, okay, gotcha. StreamYard. So what's your thoughts on the 24 to 50? Do you think it's a good range? It's a 2.8. I mean, do you have do you have a thought on that? I mean, they've got it covered up everywhere else. You could buy a. I mean, it's a smaller, lighter 2.8 when you don't have a full 24 to 70. So I see that as being a big benefit if you don't feel like you need the reach. Um, I've been recently reviewing the 20 to 70 f4 and comparing it to my 24 105. I got videos I'm working on for that if I ever can sit down and edit. It, it's a strange range. Yeah, so Roy says it's a 2450 is a strange range. It is strange, but did they just make a lighter, smaller, more compact 24 to 70 that just it's 50 millimeter, but on a high resolution camera, you can still shoot 26 megapixels and get 75 millimeter? That's kind of what I see it as. And that's kind of the conclusion I made with the 20 to 70. I think it's a more practical lens than the 24 105, honestly, because it seems like a kit lens. Yeah, but it's a 2.8, a constant 2.8. That's what's interesting about it, And um, but like what I was saying is that the 20 to 70 to me, excuse me, makes way more sense than my 24 to 105. It's smaller and lighter. They're both f4 constant apertures, and it has I can crop in if I want the zoom range with the high resolution R camera. So with those things in mind, I even have clear image zoom. I mean, I can double it to clear on clear image zoom alone. So I know I'm not changing my focal length by going into APS-C to look at, you know, get the extra length. But for the everyday casual shooter or just out on vacation and you want something smaller and lighter, it gives you some options. And the reason why I like the 20 to 70 more than my 24 to 105 is that it goes to 20 millimeter. With the ability to crop into an image, if we have um, if we're cropping into an image, we have that ability to go into the image. We can go quite far, very very well with these high resolution sensors, but we can't back up more. So to me, it makes way more sense to have the 20 millimeter lens than the 24 105. So that got me thinking that maybe I need a 20 to 70, and then maybe think about buying the 70 to 200 f4 Mark II version of that lens because I really like the Mark One. I think it was a fantastic lens, and to give you that coverage there if you want to be at f4. So I have those things to think about. And Roy says 2470 is my go-to work lens. Yeah, it's definitely somebody's go-to lens without a doubt. Um, yeah, so I mean, 24 to 105. Like I said, we have so many lenses starting at 24 already. I mean, 24 to 50. We have, like I said, so many going that start at 24 millimeters. So why do we need more that start at 24? Why not make it a 20 to 50, or I don't know, an 18 to 50, 16 to 50? I think it's just a size thing, and they got it made it smaller, more compact. I mean, there's so many options in Sony's lens lineup that they're going to have a lens for everybody. That's ultimately what they're doing. They're going to have one for everybody, and I like that. It's a good thing. Hmm. Let's see what else. All right, we talked about all those. Fix those screens. Let me fix this screen. Clean up my desktop a little bit here. So, in the coming weeks, I've got several videos I've been working on. I'm going to be having I have a whole list. I think where my list is. My office got kind of destroyed. Can't really tell behind me here, but we got a couch in here now, so that's kept me busy for a little bit. And then everything else is out of place over there, so I gotta figure that stuff out and start putting this office back together because it's a mess right now. And I've got so much recording to do. I've got new products I can't tell you about over here that are just sitting, waiting for me to get into the boxes. I'm gonna go ahead and film unboxing. I don't even know if it's worth filming unboxings anymore, but I figured why not? I can do it, and it's an easy video, not to be an easy cop out, but um, unboxing videos are probably kind of dead these days. I mean, I know people still make them, but it's just I'm gonna do it. But I have a couple things I want to talk about on that. I'm still waiting for one more that actually did show up today. Showed up late at work before I could get to it. So once I have that, I'll be able to film that setup. I've got so much filming to do. I've got so much editing to do. So I'll be busy. I probably won't be live again next week. I know that much. Um, I think just every other week things working out very well for me. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I've got to get this office together. I've got to get editing. That's the big one. I just get time to just sit down and start editing. Got to do it. So I think I'm going to call this in about an hour, 12 minutes from now. I'm going to call this live. I'm going to get to work on some edits because I've got to start editing. I've got videos to get out. I got to get data off my hard drive so I can bring in the new next data. So yeah, a lot of work to do. It keeps you busy. If anybody wants to edit for free, let me know. Um, here's oh, sorry, I just got sidetracked here. I'm trying to. I guess it could be. We have a new sensor from Sony. It's a 60 megapixel, 16 channels, which is crazy. Normally it should be 8. So it does 4.6 frames per second at 16 bit, 12 frames per second at 14 bit, 8K 30p at 12 bit, 8K 60p at 10 bit, 4K 60 at 12 bit, and full HD 300p at 10 bit. Could be for A9R. Speculation could be for A9R. Are we going to be seeing an A9R camera? That would be something else. I, yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm getting behind on my times with my camera stuff, I guess, because I'm still on an A7R2. Maybe it's time to start thinking about upgrading. I love my sort. Oh, I can share with you a couple images. Let me pull them up. I did some editing this weekend from my trip. Let me share this with you guys. How do I do this? Share. I guess I gotta bring it up. Let me bring it up. Video edits. Yeah, here we go. All right. No, don't do that. There we go. Share my screen. Window. So I got this image, sunset. It's one of them. Nice, good colors. This is another one. Share this one here. This is my favorite so far. Got this one. Go full screen on that guy. Yeah, beautiful sunset. So we did that. Let's see what other ones I got. Played with the 85 even on it. So we've got this image of the 85. Close that window. And show you this last one. Share. Yeah, so we got this image here. This is shot at 85 millimeter. Got some crazy depth. Looks fake, kind of on it, but yeah, it's a nice image. I thought. Beautiful color in the sky that night. Cool stuff. And let's see here. So I got one more I can show you. Show you this one. Kind of a cool silhouette. Present, share screen, share. Yeah, so this is another one. This will be 85 millimeter also. It could be 105. This is probably 105. Not sure where to. But cool silhouette of the mountain. Kind of got the road in here a little bit. The dirt road looking out in the distance there, and yeah, it was nice getting the opportunity to shoot a nice clean sunset, and with good color. It's so rare I get to set up and just have amazing color for a good 45 minutes. It was just awesome. So I've got lots of images process still. So yeah, it was fun. Right. Well, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and call it, guys. Roy, if you're around, I'm not sure if you're back yet, but a quick message. Thanks for coming in. All right, Roy. If you're not back yet, man, have a good night. I'll see you all later. Thanks for stopping in. If you did stop in tonight, I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.